Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we tell you about a bill a state lawmaker is filing that would close a black jewel loophole. Plus, one family in Floyd County is counting their blessings after a fire destroyed their home last week. And President Trump continues to insist the economy is strong, even as he acknowledges he is looking at tax cuts to give it a boost.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:31 on Thursday, August the 22nd. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Well, yesterday was a warm one, and we hope to see some relief on the way. So let's bring in Brandon Robinson to give us a breakdown of just what we should expect. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning. And nature already trying to cool itself off this morning as we take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar. We'll start with the satellite radar loop for the last few hours, and the rain starting to fire off into parts of southern Kentucky. We see some storms trying to develop there as well. Let's take you on a brief tour here this morning down near the border in Wayne County, seeing some coming across the border into southern Wayne County and northern Wayne County, just to the north and south of Monticello, up into parts of Pulaski County, Science Hill and Shopville getting some rain right now, over toward Mount Vernon, going back toward the Laurel County line, actually scooting across into Laurel County there along I-75, up past McKee, getting ready to get another one there over into Beattyville, and actually some lightning with that storm there in Lee County, so we're going to keep an eye on that for you. Visibility rough down toward the Kentucky-Virginia border there, Harlan and Jonesville there, very limited visibility, so be careful in those areas. Temperatures anywhere between 66 and 75. That's your scale there this morning. 12-hour planner, we're going to see temperatures climb maybe into the mid to upper 80s this afternoon, but those chances for rain will increase quickly as we head into the afternoon hours. The rest of that forecast, including what we can expect for the next several days, temperature-wise, coming up here in just a little bit. Will?
Alrighty, Brandon, thank you. Well, a state lawmaker is filing a bill that would close a black jewel loophole. State Senator Johnny Ray Turner says Harlan County Schools has taken a hit. The district has been ordered to pay Revelation Energy, Black Jewel's sister company. Senator Turner wants to guarantee schools are protected should this ever happen again. Kristen Kennedy is in Frankfort with the details.
Senator Johnny Ray Turner is trying to close what he calls another coal company loophole.
East Kentucky schools have been hit by a lot of things in recent years, been hit by stagnant state funding, the loss of property values, loss of coal severance dollars, and loss of jobs. We need to clarify this statute so they don't get hit again.
The hit he's talking about is from Revelation Energy, Black Jewel's sister company. Harlan County Public Schools owes Revelation more than $70,000 after an overpayment. Turner says the district didn't want to pay because Revelation still owes them more than $100,000 in other taxes. In this case, the state has decided not to order the refund. The decision is now in the hands of a bankruptcy court.
And if the court decides that they have to pay it back, then they'll have to pay it back.
Senator Turner is working on finding support on both sides of the aisle. He says this should not be a partisan issue.
Education has been devastated in the past few years anyway, and so we want to try to stop that if we can.
If the bankruptcy court orders the school system to pay back the $73,000 overpayment, Turner says it's going to hurt Harlan County.
The $73,000 is about equivalent to 2 teachers, so they would probably have to lose a couple of teachers in the school systems.
Kristen Kennedy, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, bankruptcy court could decide that the school district needs to return the overpayment. If that happens, Senator Turner says the superintendent told him he wants that money to go directly to the out-of-work miners. Well, black jewel miners have gone nearly 2 months without paychecks. Some have other coal jobs. Others are holding out, and another group are going back to school to want to learn new trades and skills to find a different line of work. One of those miners is Colin Cornett.
Here I am 40, I'll be 41 in October, and it's just, I'm very grateful, that Southeast does have this as an option. It gives me options outside of the coal industry.
Cornett is in the fast-track machinist class at the community college. He will be certified in December. A fire in Floyd County tore through the home of one family last week. Now they say they are hoping to find a way forward as the ashes settle. WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke to one of the homeowners who said it could have been worse.
Disaster
It's hard to talk about it, really.
is never welcome.
I just don't have no words for it because, I've lost a lot.
And moving forward after a disaster is never easy.
You lose everything, and then you feel like you're in some kind of a nightmare.
But Linda Ousley is finding her way after the home she and her husband had shared for nearly 30 years was destroyed by a fire.
I try to think about, good things and enjoy my grandkids and try to not dwell on the bad.
She says they find comfort in family and faith, even though they lost everything they owned.
You can replace material things, but you can't replace a life.
She was inside the home when the fire started.
And I just pray to God every day, that I got out.
And is just glad to be out, planning for whatever the future holds for her family.
My husband, he has the only income, just like with Social Security and stuff, and it's going to be kind of hard to replace.
And praying for help to get back on their feet. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The family is currently living in a trailer next to the remains of their home. It belongs to the couple's son. They are working to get electricity to the structure, but they say it's going to be expensive. They are currently using generators to get by. Well, President Trump continues to insist the economy is strong, even as he acknowledges he is looking at tax cuts to give it a boost. The Trump administration has several levers to pull to stimulate economic growth, including a payroll tax cut that would benefit most workers, or a cut to capital gains taxes, which would mainly help wealthy investors. This comes as Wall Street seeks to recover from several days of sell-offs.
So the economy is doing very, very well. We'll see what happens with the Federal Reserve.
The global economy and trade is a high priority for the president when he meets with world leaders at the G7 summit in France this weekend. Now, the Trump administration rolled out a new plan Wednesday morning designed to discourage migrant families from coming to the United States. The new regulations would effectively end the Flores Agreement, which requires the government to release detained migrant families into the U.S. within 20 days. Under the new plan, migrant families would stay together but would be held indefinitely while judges consider their asylum request. So far this year, the federal government says almost 475,000 families have been apprehended or encountered at the southwest border, 90% of whom crossed illegally.
By eliminating the incentive to make the journey to the United States as a family, the new rule will reduce the unprecedented volume of family units that has strained the already limited resources of our department components and put children throughout the region at risk.
The American Civil Liberties Union released a statement calling the new regulations yet another cruel attack on children who the Trump administration has targeted again and again with its anti-immigrant policies, adding the government should not be jailing kids. In recent weeks, police around the country have foiled multiple alleged mass shooting plots. Newly released body cam video shows a 15-year-old being handcuffed in Florida after posting on an online video game under a fake name that he vowed to bring his father's M15 assault rifle to school and kill 7 people at a minimum. His mother insists it was a joke, but her son is still facing a felony charge.
How do we know he's not going to be the kid from Parkland? He's not going to be the next kid, the kid that shot up Sandy Hook. We don't know that.
Now, authorities say in most cases, suspects will signal they might be planning something. The FBI does have a 24-hour hotline to track down online threats, but police say if you see something and know who the person is or where they are, to call your local police. A New Mexico church is being repeatedly targeted by vandals. It happened so many times that the church has not been able to clean up. The Metropolitan Community Church has been at this location for 18 years and never had experienced something like this. The church was vandalized 6 times. At the altar sits every rock that caused damage to the building. While police are looking into the crime, the church says this has to say to the people who did this.
For the person that's doing this, it's like, number 1, please stop. Number 2, we forgive you.
Now, the church says it will cost an estimated $5,000 to fix the damage. The cost does not include the price to buy new security cameras.
Soggy conditions are getting started in the northern and western counties this morning. We take a tour on live pinpoint Doppler radar and we take you a little bit closer to the Kentucky-Tennessee border there along Wayne County and near Powersburg there in southern Wayne County, seeing some lightning with those storms. Same to the ones just north of Monticello going through parts of southern Pulaski County. We go up toward Laurel County and Rockcastle County, still going through Pulaski County as well, just north of London, south of Mount Vernon at this point. McKee getting a shower right now in Jackson County, and then of course Beattyville over towards St. Helens there, seeing some lightning with their shower and storm as well. McKee is the closest camera we have to that. We'll go through the loop one more time here just to see what we see there, and it looks like some wet roads there just at that end of that loop. So we're going to continue to see that rain for a little while. Your out the door forecast takes us up to about 86 today, but those rain chances will increase in coverage as we head deeper into the day. Will?
All righty, Brandon. Thank you, sir. Well, we will have stories that are trending on WYMT.com next. As always, thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. Straight ahead, Paintsville High School partnered with Hazard Community and Technical College to bring in a new program. Plus, with the help of Operation Unite, nearly 25 lives have been changed this year.